My name is Jonathan Parks, and welcome to Jonathan's Nature Crafts. I must inform you that I do not live in this house by myself, but live here with other people. Sometimes other members of the household may have to walk through areas where I might be recording with other family members on the phone. If you hear any noise like that, please feel free to disregard. We are doing our best to get noise canceling equipment, which may at least keep you from hearing exactly what is being said. Thank you for considering. Oh, for just a little moment, I'd say we're going to kind of come down to the 80 grit. That is where we come next after we just used, well, or I'd say maybe not. I'd say the 60 should have come after the 80 maybe, or yes, because, or no, we're getting mixed up. It's the lower the grit is actually the coarser the sandpaper, and the higher the number, the finer it is. So I'd say we can do the 80 next after we did the 60. So we're going to come back, take care of that. Maybe work on the squirrels first this time. And I say we got that, and I'd say we're going to come around, try to take care of these little retrievers here. say that it doesn't take long to sand with an 80 grit because most of the work is already done by then, but I'll tell you, we'll try to see if we can find a 120 piece, and yes, 120 is the piece we use when we come right after the 80, so I'd say that is just one place lower that we go, and like I say, the higher the number, the finer the grit, so that's where we go next, and we're going to start again with these squirrels first. Now, you all do see that finer grits take all the lines and stuff out of your work. Like I'll tell y'all, when I first started going to Woodcarvers Guild, I had cut this little spoon out on the bandsaw and carved it out and everything. And while I was kind of doing the sandpaper there in the Woodcarvers Guild, I was sanding it so hard and rough it kept just flying out of my hand and landing on the pavement. I kept picking it back up, and one guy who was there with me, he said, "If you don't want it, why do you keep dropping it?" And I tell you, I say, it just happens by accident. And that's where we had our little discussion about how you kind of have to go from one grit to the next to kind of find it out and get rid of the lines. And sure enough, that was the same Ray Durham who I've always kind of told you all about as of recently. Whenever it comes down to what we'll end it with, I might even mention to you the fact that the last grit always depends on what I have, whether it's a 220 or a 240 grit. With all those pieces of mouse sandpaper I bought during the pandemic when Lowe's was closed and the hardware stores were just selling out of them, I ordered a bunch off of Amazon and had to wait months to get them because that was how the stock was working at that time. But when it all came down to it, I ended up ordering like a big box full of several grits, and didn't matter how much money I spent as long as I got it and had it to work with. But I'll tell y'all that That was a time when, before that, I used to always buy 220 from Lowe's, but I bought a bunch of 240s that time off of Amazon. And that's how I've just worked about this business and kept things going and provided enough to last for myself for years since the pandemic. So that's just what I wanted to say for now. And thank you all for coming on and watching. Stay in touch always. Take care. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel. I hope to see you in the next video. Stay tuned.